Welcome to ThriveGroups. We're so glad to have you with us this week as we continue our series called Take Ground. We're talking about taking ground in our life and our faith and our relationships. And this week, we're talking about the relationships that we have in our life and how they can help us to take ground. And before we jump into that, though, we're going to go over our ground rules. First, we want to encourage everyone to participate and no one to dominate. So, we want to encourage you to share your thoughts, your stories, your ideas, but make sure you leave room for other people to do it as well. Also, we start on time, we end on time. So hang out a little bit after, but let's stay respectful of the location that we're in and end on time. So with that, we're going to jump right into what is your favorite winter memory? For me, I think of one when I was a kid, and my parents decided that we were going to go away for a few days on a ski trip, and we had a great time skiing. But the thing that stood out to me is we're driving, and on the side of the road, like, there was just these big mounds of snow, I guess, and my dad pulled over, and we dug this massive snow cave in a mound of snow on the side of the road and just played in it for, I don't know, maybe an hour or so, and it was just like this memory that just always stood out to me for some reason. So, one of my favorite winter memories. But what about you? Do you have any favorite winter memories, growing up or maybe even recently? Okay, we're going to read a verse here and we're going to talk about what stands out to us in this verse. This verse is from Job chapter 2, verse 13. It says, Then they sat on the ground with him for 7 days and nights. No one said a word to Job, for they saw that his suffering was too great for words. So let's take a few moments and discuss anything that maybe stood out to you in these verses. Next question is this: share about a time your friends influenced you for better or for worse. Sure, we got lots of stories about that. I'll tell you one that I'm in right now. My brothers actually and I were doing a fitness challenge of sorts, and so we've been influencing each other, encouraging each other to do some things to be healthier, to get in shape, things like that. And it's motivating. It's challenging doing it on your own, but it's more enjoyable doing it with other people. But what about you? Share about a time when somebody's influenced you to do something, whether it's good or whether it's maybe for the worse. Next question is this: tell about a time when someone helped you through something. I have a good friend of mine. His name's Dave, and whenever I'm going through something, I can call him and talk about it, and he gives me godly advice, prays for me, and this has happened, recently even, where I've had some things I was dealing with, and I talked to him, and he was able to encourage me and give me a little bit of extra strength and encouragement to move forward. But what about you? Why don't you share about a time when somebody helped you through something? Final question is this: how can you support other people this week? Maybe it's a person in your family, at school, at work, maybe it's something at church. But what is a way that you can support some other people this week? Well, thank you so much for joining us for our Thrive group this week. We're so glad that you came. And before we end, we're going to close in prayer as we always do. And so you can share, before you pray, you can share some prayer requests if you have needs or things that you need guidance for in your life. And then we want to pray together as a group for those things. We encourage you to pray. You can pray for someone in the group. You can pray for direction, wisdom, guidance in your own life, whatever is on your heart. When you're done, you can say amen. The next person will go, and then the group leader will close it up in prayer. So, again, thank you so much for joining us. Let's close in prayer.